Hello everyone, it's me, Kari Mason-Nguyen, and I'm going to make a cooking video. And the reason I'm making the cooking video is a couple reasons. It's a gift to my Facebook friends. Well, some of them might think of it as a gift, some might not think of it as a gift at all, but I'm going to share some recipes between now and Christmas Eve that my family seemed to like, and I've gotten some comments on Facebook that, boy, they'd like to eat that, or they'd like to know how to make that. So I'm going to post some videos, and today I'm just going to start with something kind of simple, which is fried rice. In this case, shrimp fried rice, because my husband requested shrimp. He loves shrimp. And it's something I make kind of often, because often we have leftover rice. And what do you do with leftover cold rice from the fridge? Well, it's perfect for fried rice. Matter of fact, that's what you want to use for fried rice, is always like day old, maybe even 2 day old cold rice from the refrigerator that you've been storing. So that's what we're going to do. And I kind of did a little bit of prep in advance, kind of chopped some things to save on time, but I'm just going to kind of talk you through it. And this is my shrimp fried rice recipe. I'm going to do a couple different things today, only because we've got an ingredient we don't normally have here that my husband would like me to incorporate into the dish, but I'll explain that when I get to it. So we'll start out with a little bit of canola oil, and I'm just going to pour, maybe like a tablespoon in there. That will heat up, and I'm going to cook my eggs first. My eggs I'm going to cook, I put eggs in my fried rice, I think most places do. Great source of protein. I'm going to put my egg in there, cooked, and then I'm going to set it aside, and then I'm going to incorporate it into the fried rice a little bit later on, if that makes sense. But that's the thing I usually cook first, that and the meat. In this case, my meat's already pre-cooked, I guess, because it's shrimp that's already cooked. But if it was raw shrimp, I might, cook that in advance. Okay, so here's the egg, and maybe I should turn that up a little bit higher for expediency. But we'll cook that and set it in the bowl here, and then we'll move on to our ingredients, like our vegetables and our spices and all that stuff. And then I want to explain the spices I use in my fried rice and kind of why I use them. So I'll just get a little wooden spatula here, because I don't want to. Now, I use a wok. You could use any deeper pan, but I recommend a wok. It kind of distributes things evenly and works well for dishes like fried rice. And today I have actually a lot of rice left over from some meal we had the other day. I can't even remember what it was, but a big old pot of rice we cooked. Okay, and that's frying in oil, because this is a fried dish. I don't like my fried rice really greasy, so you're not going to see me use a lot of oil, but you got to use oil for it to be fried. Okay, that looks pretty done. Of course, it'll cook a little bit more later on with the rice when it gets incorporated back into the dish. Get in there, egg. All right, one more. All right, you chill out there, egg. Okay, so I'll put some canola oil, good amount, probably 2 tablespoons. Start off with that, see if that'll suffice. And normally I would put in some chopped yellow onion. My husband doesn't like chopped yellow onion, but he's okay with green onion, so I'm going to put a lot of green onion. But I'm going to put some green onion in there, but if you like yellow onion, you can add that too. And then I'm going to put some spices that include garlic. I'll put about a teaspoon of garlic in there, maybe. Is that garlic there? Oh boy, that smells good. That onion and garlic, yum, 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 yum. Put some frozen carrots and peas. You probably notice that is often in fried rice, and that way you get your veggies in there. Because there's a lot of healthy things about fried rice. You can make it pretty healthy. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of white pepper. Not too much, maybe like half a teaspoon there. All right. And then I'm going to put in my shrimp. You wanted to get shrimp fried rice. This is pre-cooked, so that's probably a good dozen shrimp right there. Get that flavors mixed in there. Okay, next I'm going to put some fish sauce. You can get fish sauce even in the regular supermarket. They have it in the Asian aisle. I don't know if they've got this brand. I get this at the Asian market. I like this brand, so. Oh, this is a fresh bottle. There we go. So I'm gonna put maybe like a tablespoon fish sauce for spice. There we go. Ooh, stinky, stinky. Stinky fried rice, okay. Now I'm gonna incorporate some rice before I put the rest of my spices in. And this is the rice that's been sitting in my fridge. I'm not gonna use it all. I'm gonna use just most of it. Not really glamorous. It's nice, cold and hard. Ugh. But I'll break it up. Hey Matthew, we're doing a cooking video, so be quiet. I didn't know Matthew was here. He must have smelled the fried rice cooking. Came to visit me. He must have known on some level. Okay, see that? I got the rice going now. You can see the shrimps in there. Chopping it up a little bit as it cooks. It'd be a little tight here. Ooh, what a pretty coat. I like that, or handsome coat. Okay. I know you had fried rice last time you came here, Matthew, but I'm making some rice right now. Okay. So, turmeric. Turmeric I use in my rice. If you ever notice some fried rice kind of yellow, that's because there's turmeric in it. Gives a little flavor, but it's mostly for color. I probably put in about that much. A little goes a long way. It's almost like food coloring. Goes a long way. And then if I don't think it's yellow enough, I'll add more. But I think I did enough there. And then as you incorporate it, you'll see that the rice starts to get a nice yellow hue to it. I don't know what the benefit of it being yellow is, but it looks good. And I'm kind of trying to judge if I have enough oil in here, and I think I do. Like I said, you can add more than what I did if you like your fried rice real greasy, but I try not to make it too greasy. Okay. Now the next ingredient, I'm going to put some soy sauce in. And this is just the order I'm doing it in. You can do it in a slightly different order if you want, but obviously you wouldn't put the turmeric in until the rice is there. And I don't think that makes much sense to put the soy sauce until the rice is there either. So that's why I kind of waited. I'm probably going to do a tablespoon. Let's see what a tablespoon is. Yeah, I'll do like a tablespoon. Gives it a little salt and flavor there. And then lastly, I'm going to do about a tablespoon of sugar. Got to have some sugar in there. A couple teaspoons here should be enough. All right. And those are my spices. And like I said, this time I left the yellow onion out because my husband doesn't like it, but it does have some green onion in there. And if I were making it just for myself, I would have green onion and the regular onion because I like onion. Onion is a great flavor. Probably good for you too. All right, I'm going to turn this up a little higher to get a good fry going. See, that's getting yellow? All right. Then you can almost let it just sit there and fry a little bit. And then the last two, well, there's two more ingredients. I'm going to put the egg in now. It's okay to incorporate that now. It still has a little bit of oil on it from before anyway. But chop that up a little bit so there's little pieces. So everybody gets a little bit of egg in their fried rice. There we go. Chop it into decent bits. This is a very basic meal, but you know, there's so much protein you can pack into it and a lot of different vegetables you can incorporate. So like I said, it's a meal. It's healthy. And the rice I use, in case anyone was wondering, you know, we always cook with jasmine rice. And it's in the other room, but we usually have like a 25-pound bag here at all times because we use so much of it. But jasmine rice is what I use for this dish. And that's in the grocery store too. You can find that anywhere. All right, and now the special ingredient for today that I don't normally put in, but we happen to have some here in the house that we used for some soup earlier this week, is bean sprouts. And my husband requested that we put some bean sprouts, use some of them in the fried rice. He likes the crunch, that sort of thing. And so I've rinsed these off, and I'm gonna obviously put it in toward the end because we want it to, you know, to keep its crunch, right? We don't want it to get too wilted. So I'm gonna add that, but that's totally up to you whether you incorporate that or not, or what vegetables you use. I just use the traditional carrots and peas, but you could use all sorts of things and all sorts of meats and proteins like I mentioned before. I've made this with chicken, pork. The other day I made steak and shrimp together. That was quite tasty because I had a little bit of leftover steak. Like I said, I do this a lot when I have leftovers, leftover meat and leftover rice. It's like, all right, we're having fried rice. And it's very quick to make. So I'm going to put those bean sprouts. My husband complained that he doesn't think that's enough bean sprouts in it, so he'll probably squawk about it. But I'll add some more here in just a minute. That makes it interesting. Okay. I don't often cook fried rice with bean sprouts, but like I said, we had it laying around. Let that cook there, and I'll rinse off the rest of the bean sprouts because it's not like there's anything else I'm going to be doing with them anyway. We'll just make this real sprouty today. Hopefully everybody likes sprouts. And sprouts are not something you can normally find at the grocery store. You'll have to go to an Asian market if you want bean sprouts. I mean, grocery store might carry canned bean sprouts, but that's not the same. You'd have to go to an Asian market into their produce to get a bag of bean sprouts. Why the grocery stores don't carry it, I don't know. Maybe because it doesn't have a long shelf life. I don't know. I guess it's what they call specialty produce. It smells good, doesn't it? Yeah. If you see any droplets on the screen, that's just the cameraman salivating over the, I guess that's the wrong side of the camera, over the fried rice. That's his payment for filming this, because it really does smell good. And what you smell a lot is, correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, I think a lot of what you smell is the garlic and the fish sauce, would you say? Yeah. And maybe a little bit of the turmeric. I'm not sure what it is you're smelling, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fish sauce. And the sugar kind of offsets the fish sauce a little bit and gives it just a little bit of a sweetness. Sweet and savory. And you can see how much rice I had left over. Isn't that crazy? So it goes a long way. Once you add all your ingredients, I mean, this is honestly, gosh, what, maybe a cup and a half of rice at the most. It's really not that much rice in the scheme of things, but it sure looks like it, doesn't it? So, I mean, this could feed a family of what, 6 or something? This is crazy, the amount here. Or 3 Daniels, I'm not sure which, but, all right. All right, I'm gonna put this in a dish. What do you think? Oh, that's Matthew. What do you think, Matthew?
It's good.
Looks good? You want some?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make a dish and then we'll be done. And this is just my first cooking video. It's just something basic. It's my gift to you who've been asking about it. This is how I make fried rice. I'm really gonna try to do a good video coming up on egg rolls and some other things. And the egg roll one's gonna be super fun and exciting, and I think you'll like it, hopefully. So let's get this in the dish. We'll get a little visual on it. There we go. There you go, folks. Shrimp fried rice. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time.